This is what you gonna get on hump day. Cause I'm a hump on hump day. Bam. Come on in, y'all. Come on in, y'all. Listen, I know some of y'all on your lunch, some of y'all on lunch and some of y'all at work. It's okay. Just put it on side, like put it real low. You know
how y'all sneak and text?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing.
Cause y'all be sneaking and texting me and inboxing me. So I know y'all ain't working too long.
I wouldn't be.
I mean,
you're gonna get what, 70% if I was at work?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Teresa Bryant, she's here.
Hey,
Cairo's blind.
I can't see, but hey.
And the light will blind you too. Like, look, we have it kind of up today, so it's like it's not like directly in our face.
Yeah, I'm nearsighted, so I can't see it.
Okay. I love this song. We're gonna talk about coins today, y'all.
How to get it
and how to keep it
for everybody.
You, your mama,
your sister,
your neighbor,
your dog,
your cousin,
your cat,
your uncle.
We got a monkey.
That guy you don't like down the grocery store.
Even he got one.
Him too. It's enough money for us all, y'all. See, we sick of everybody just feeling like they gotta just pull everybody down with the crab mentality.
And you know what? It's a shame that what you just said, a lot of people, a lot of black people use that. They say it all the time about our culture.
Yeah.
And it's sad when you see it and you know it's true.
Yeah, other people say that about our culture. Hey, Delana.
Hey, Delana.
We love you.
We about you.
Just talk about you and how much we love you.
I love your personality.
Yes, too real. That Delana is the mother of Hannah Moore, our other model that we manage, YBL Model Management.
Yeah, Miss Hannah.
So, okay, before we go into because you about to go there.
Yeah, because I'm feeling some kind of way from a few inboxes. But
okay, so before we go there, let me go ahead and introduce myself. I'm Phillip Washington. I'm not going to assume that since you're on my page that you know who I am. So I'm Phillip Washington. I am best known for being a makeup artist.
Yes, but you are more than that.
I am an entrepreneur. That's what I consider myself more so. Makeup is what I do by trade. It's like my skill. But I'm an entrepreneur and I own YBLimited. And y'all probably like, what is YBLimited? Okay, if you've been sleeping under a rock, YBLimited has the country's only all-inclusive, full-service mobile glam squad, which means we travel, we do hair, we do makeup, photography, and wardrobe styling, okay? And then, as of last year, we opened YBL Model Management, where we manage such greats as Cairo Wiliams and Miss Hannah Moore that's out there, the teen sensation herself. And that's how we get to you.
I know this is my second year. We just came up on our second year.
Happy anniversary to us.
Yeah,
happy anniversary.
My second year with YBLimited. Yep. I'm Cairo Wiliams. I am a YBLimited brand ambassador. 10 plus years. Maybelline, Calvin Klein, Runway, Essence, Tokyo Fashion Express, The Face, Kawaii International. Those are networks in Japan. So I've done a lot of stuff.
International.
Oh. And how many months has it been? But it's been a few months with Clock and Flow.
Yes.
I'm a Clock and Flow instructor. I teach posing and runway, and soon I'll have consulting classes because I've heard a lot of people responding that they need more info, Cairo. So I'm going to do that for you guys.
I'm glad that people are asking for more info.
Yeah, that means they're taking this business serious.
Because what I don't like is for anyone to feel like they got it. I don't ever think I will be the best makeup artist. So I'm always striving to be a better makeup artist, to be a better entrepreneur, to be a better motivational speaker.
Right. And that goes for me too. I continue to train and take workshops. I still practice Clock and Flow, and I created that 10 years ago.
Trademark.
And it's
legally.
So when I teach you, don't be out there teaching until I'm ready to franchise.
Clocking and flowing.
Because it is a method. I do not just teach a couple of turns and teach you to mimic and walk like me or pose like me. I teach you the core mechanics. There's an actual technique behind what I do. And you add your own little flavor on it, and then it becomes yours.
That's right.
That's the way it should be.
And you know, that's one thing I just love about you, is accomplished as you are, just in case they didn't catch it, okay? This woman right here, hello Danielle, thank you so much for tuning in. This woman right here, with the help of YBLimited and Kauai International.
Yes, thank you, Kauai International. They are such big supporters.
Yes, with all of us as a team, right? You have been able to break barriers through Japan, which is a very difficult culture to break barriers through.
It is, because they're proud people, like they should be. Like, all of us should be proud of our culture. So for them to embrace me and place me on their social media and, you know, all this,
their national network,
website, their network over and over, and sharing, you know, our photos. It's really been amazing.
Yes. Oh, and Geek Junkie, we cannot forget Geek Junkie. That's the designer that we utilize to pretty much get their attention.
Yeah.
And
I mean, her designs are definitely they're unique. The materials that she uses are unique. So, you know, you can't help but, you know, take a moment and look at what she's done.
Oh, yeah.
I love wearing her stuff. I love modeling her stuff. So I hope I get to do that again, Geek Junkie.
Oh, we will. We will.
Yeah,
look, Geek Junkie actually stays around the corner from here. So let me tell y'all a little thing, right?
I'm a pest to her.
Well, such a pest. Listen, she lives right around the corner, which is crazy. So part of the reason, like, that we moved into this area right here is so that we can be closer to Geek Junkie. So don't tell her that. But she probably already knows, because like, if I have to like walk over to the piece of paste, I'm usually like yelling at her, Geek Junkie! I'm like yelling at her with the Geek Junkie girl! Girl, Geek Junkie!
Yeah.
Girl, why she don't hit me?
She's probably sewing.
I don't care. Geek Junkie girl! Come to the window! Come to the window, girl. I
love her. She's fun.
And that's what she does. She comes to the window, and then I yell at her and stuff like that. And she realizes I have nothing to say. I just want to yell at her. And then I go on about my business. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that's considered stalking or anything like that. We'll look into that, you know. Oh, okay. We're looking. Hello, Byron. Thank you for sharing, Daniel. Anyone who would like to share, please share this. Please get the word out there. Let them know that YBLimited is in the building. Rita, thank you so much. Kevin, thank you so much for tuning in, because we talk about coins.
Yes. Now, since we're talking about coins, I want to talk about the past couple of months. My inbox and friend requests have just skyrocketed, and I'm a very private person. So, you know, it took me a second, you know, like, to let people in. So I'm letting people in because, you know, we all have something to share. I have something to share. But what I'm noticing is I'm getting other models who are model instructors, and that is freaking awesome. But what I don't like is when you inbox and you question my work. I'm not questioning your work, because there is enough money for all of us to make some money. Why? Because you teach differently than I do. Your aesthetic is different from mine. Our personalities are different. So people are going to be attracted to us for different reasons.
It's okay.
So it's okay. So don't come and friend me so you can try to tear me down. It ain't gonna work. I'm very confident in what I do.
Well, you ought to be confident in what you do, honey.
It's shady, though.
It's very shady. Like, I think we both get that. And the thing is, what people don't understand is that, like, there is no real competition out there except for you from yesterday. Like, you got to try to be better than you from yesterday. Trying to be somebody else, it's not going to work. I mean, it's just simple as that. I mean, you didn't get to where you are now by trying to mimic and copy off everyone else. You know? Like, one of the things about us that I love about our team is that no tea, no shade, but we tend to not, what's the word? See what everybody else is doing, so that we're naturally and organically creating our own content that is coming from whatever spiritually God sends our way.
Right.
You know, because it's easy to get, you know, distracted by what someone else is doing, but that's not your vision, and that's not the dream that God put into you. So looking at what someone else is doing is taken away from being focused on what vision that God put into your spirit.
Right. You're not going to hear your God self speak to you and guide you because you are so busy in somebody else's business that you can't work on yourself, elevate what you're doing, create new ideas. I mean, how do you have time?
Honey.
So you will always be broke. Your career will not go anywhere if you continue just in other people's business.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on what you're doing so you can get the guidance, so you can create, so you can bring money in. Because really, honestly, there is enough money for us. Atlanta is huge. People are always coming in and out. It's impossible for one.
I can't handle everybody.
Yes,
I can't handle all the clients. Some of y'all need to take some off. It's okay.
Yeah,
like,
that's fine.
One of the things that I realized when I first started YBLimited was that we're not going to be for everybody. Like, and it's okay. Like, my style as a makeup artist, I specialize in natural glam. Okay? Some people want the more heavier look, the whole stage makeup and things like that. That's okay, but that's not what I do. So I have other people on the team who is different from me.
Right.
And the same thing with you.
Right.
Like, you are different. Like,
yeah, like I noticed, and also just getting the feedback from, mothers and other moms. The style here is, I guess, a little bit more dramatic. I don't teach that way. I am a classically trained model. My first runway coach was Jay Alexander.
Oh, top model Jay Alexander?
Yes.
Miss J don't be playing with
No, and he did not teach me to have my hips all over the place and my arms doing this and me hip hopping. And I mean, I tried to do that and they told me to leave.
What happened?
They told me to leave.
Oh.
They said next.
Oh.
Because what happened, they said, okay, walk for us. And when they say walk for us, that means give me our traditional classic walk. I did that. Okay. And then they said, walk again. We want to see your personality. I'm from Fort Valley. Okay. I grew up listening to 95 South.
Okay.
And if you don't know what 95 South is and the kind of dance that we did.
When you started talking about Fort Valley, child, I ain't never heard you sound so country since I've known you. When you went back home and took it back there, child.
When I talk about home, I just easily slip back into there. But yeah, I added a little bit too much R&B and hip hop to the walk, and yeah.
So you was giving church fashion show realness.
Yeah, I was giving church.
Okay, let's go on down to the.
I did, and then you know what they said? They did next. What an attitude.
Oh no.
Next. I'm like, oh my God, I thought I just did it. Nah. So, I teach the core mechanics. I teach you the walk. I'm not going to teach you how to walk like me. After I taught you how to do that, what I do is, because I have a background in rock sharky, which is, they call it here in the West, belly dance. I learned years ago that there are subtle movements in that dance that are the same movements that mimic the classic walk, but it gave me my signature walk. It's very subtle. So I teach the girls those dance moves, and they're going to do them all differently like they're supposed to, but that's how they get their signature walk. So you're leaving with two walks, actually. You're leaving with your classic walk and your signature walk.
That's dance infused.
Dance infused. That's what makes, Pop and Flow unique.
It does. And I didn't know that when I first started to work with you, but later on when I realized that, oh my gosh, she's a dancer, because dancers really make good models because you know your body, you're in tune with it, you're very aware of what it's doing at each moment, you're very poised and choreographed. So that's why your posing goes so, because like literally I remember when we did the first shoot together and you had that flowy dress on. And you were spinning, and I was doing the video, and I'm looking at the video, and I was like, oh my God, like, hey Monica, I was looking, and I was like, oh my God, as she's spinning and making that dress twirl and selling that dress, you were still able to keep your face. So you literally modeled from your nose to your toes.
That's the trick. I'm not going to give away too much, but that's the trick. When you have other interests and other hobbies, you can add that into your modeling and make it your own. And because I dance, there are certain movements that I do. And because, I practice. I'm able to keep my face not in one emotion, and that's an issue that I see here. A lot of models having the same face, and I can work with you guys and tell you some tips and tricks how to emote. You got to emote.
Hello, Kevin Hill.
Hey, you.
Her baby's a model too, so so she gets it. She totally gets. She sees a lot of this, like, you know, with her baby, and people feel like there's a lot of, like, they feel like there's a lot of competition out here with each other, especially. Like, we'll talk about, like, you coming up in the modeling industry and create a network of other model friends.
Right. You know, like anything else, you know, it is a competitive industry like anything else. Mm-hmm. But, you know, there are other models who are willing to take you under their wing. When I started out, I actually, you know, met a couple of models who were open and, you know, it's like, oh, come out and have lunch with me. Mm-hmm. And, you know, and I went and they talk, you know, they share stories about the business, who to stay away from, all, you know, all these things. So I'm saying that to say, a lot of times, like when we go on castings and everyone's kind of like huddled in a corner, but they're not necessarily talking to each other. After you've had the casting, I think it's a good idea to network with other models. Mm-hmm. You don't have to have this bitch face. You don't have to have that ego. Unapproachable. It doesn't serve you because you're not going to make it in this industry by yourself. And a lot of times when I make friends with other models, if I got auditions for my agent and I knew some of my friends probably would get the job because I knew mm-hmm. if I fit it, I called them like, hey, did your agent tell you about this gig? Exactly. And they're like, no, we do the same thing, Cairo. There's a gig, and you just run and you go, even if your agent fits you or not. But you know, that's that camaraderie, that network that you make with other models. So,
hey Tammy.
Yeah, hey Tammy.
Wow. So basically, like, you're going with the age old, you get what you put out.
Yeah.
So if you don't put out nothing, you're not going to get anything back. See, life is all about what you put out, what type of energy you put out there. I'm telling you, that negative energy comes right back the way you put it out there. Mm-hmm. You know, but if you're open and giving and, you know, not to the point where you're foolish,
right?
But to the point where, you know, you're just doing what you would want somebody to do for you. Uh-huh. You know, and like I see different things. Yes, I manage you and I manage Hannah, but when I see something that doesn't necessarily even fit you all, I definitely go to one of our students. Students come first. Yeah. I'm just saying, our students come first. Yeah. Hey, Sean.
Hey, Sean.
And let them know, like, hey. And Tammy, I gotta go over that thing again. I seen your inbox. We were setting up to do this and everything, but I could have swore that the event that I tagged you in for DeAsia was like they wanted to do models of all ages and all sizes. So I'll go look at that again. But yeah, I definitely look out for the people who take in our classes, mm-hmm. and that's another thing too, because when you do the Clock and Flow class. I get a lot of inboxes and inquiries from mothers, and they want to know, should their child take a group class or should they take a private class? And sometimes I think people are a little bit hesitant to take the group class because they feel like, you know, mm-hmm. I think that there's benefits in both.
There is. Because a lot of times, you know, you can see the way another model is moving, mm-hmm. and your eye will pick something like, hey, if she would have put her hand there or turn her face there, that would have been a perfect pose. And you may not have thought to do that on your own body, but seeing it on someone else, mm-hmm. you're like, oh, okay. And also just the energy, you know.
It's something about that energy.
Yeah, and then that is a time also, if you're shy, to force yourself to talk to people and network, because once you start going on these castings and, you know, you book the jobs, you do not want to walk in completely shy or diva.
Like you did when you first started? I'm telling her business, y'all.
I was so shy.
Hey, Teresa Brown.
Hey, Teresa. I was unbelievably shy. It hurt me because I didn't work for 6 months. It took me 6 months to get my first job after testing, doing all these test shoots that my agent has set up with different agents, which I did not pay for.
Catch.
Did not pay for. So what they made me do, they made me get a part-time job at a bar. And it's like, you need to get out there and talk to people because you should have booked the job by now. And there's no reason why you shouldn't.
It's personality.
It's your personality.
Or lack thereof.
Lack thereof. I remember when I went to Essence, the first time I went to Essence, God, I'm going to tell y'all what she said, and I will never forget it. It hurt my feelings so bad. She didn't care.
Okay, because this industry is cutthroat.
Yeah, she didn't care.
Cutthroat. Okay, tell them what they said.
So I walk in, sit down, give her my portfolio. She's flipping through. I think I said, hey, my name's Cairo, whatever. And that's all I said. She's flipping. She's like, okay, thank you. I didn't know that my agent was going to call her and ask her how I did. And I didn't know that she was going to call them anyway. And they said, how did Cairo do? Well, shut up.
I've seen this before. Go on.
Well, she had the personality of a folding chair.
A folding chair?
A folding chair.
They could at least give you one of them spinning chairs.
No,
you know, the ones that kind of go up like this.
She gave me
a
flat folding chair with no swab, no nothing, just there. She said she's beautiful.
Well, someone else thinks you're beautiful too.
It's just
Kim thinks you're beautiful. She says, "Oh my God!" I scrolled by real quick and I had to back up. I thought you had Cicely Tyson's daughter or something on your show. You're stunning, Cece.
Thank you.
You look so much like her in her younger days. Take it. I always say you look like Jodie Watley too.
Yeah. Ooh, you should see.
Don't you like Jodie Watley? I'm looking for a new love, baby. A new love. Yeah. Oh, they got to see your new shoot. Wait till her new shoot comes out. We shot some photos with Kim Harley last week. Yeah. So she's really going to be giving Jodie Watley with us.
Yeah. I looked at those. I was amazed.
Hello, Joyce.
Hey, Joyce.
I mean, that's hilarious. Let me tell you what. I have an experience from the GLAM squad perspective. Okay, so we put out this thing a few years ago, and it was like a contest, and whoever won, they won a YBLimited experience, the head to toe makeover and the photo shoot, right? And so we put it out. We had the contestant who won, right? Someone said, yes, Jodie, for sure. So we put out, and the contestant won. And what I like to do, because see, I am a big researcher, okay? I research the industry. I research my clients. I try to see what type of personality type they have, because our GLAM squad is diverse. So I may put this hairstylist with this person, and this makeup artist with this person, and this photographer with this person based on their personality, right? So I looked through this person's social media, and when I tell you it was popping, she was turned up, live, right? So then she gets there, right, to do the shoot, and so leading up to the shoot, she's inboxing like, I'm so excited to meet your team. I'm so excited to do this. So she gets there. I'm not making this up. I'm not exaggerating what I'm about to say. So the shoot, you've done many shoots, Cairo. You know, full head to toe shoots take like all day. So this is like a 5-6 hour day. Her personality. This is the reenactment. Ready? Literally, you got hair, makeup, wardrobe, everyone's around her. So we were taking it personal. We were thinking maybe she doesn't like something. Did someone offend her? You know, every outfit we put on her, we were like, and so she'll come out with, mind you, the girl banging, face, body, everything, right? She come out and we like, so what do you think about the outfit? And she go, ooh. I lied to you not the whole 5-6 hours. I lied to you not the whole 5-6 hours. She never put more than 3 words together.
How was she in front of the camera?
She actually did very well in front of the camera. The girl's pictures were phenomenal. But she literally didn't give us more than 3 words the entire time. Now, mind you, we shot with James, one of our photographers who's very connected, very real, you know. And he was like, when he seen her, he was like, oh, the job I can recommend her for. But in the middle of it, he goes, I can't send her out with my name attached because she has no personality and they're going to be mad at me. Right? So this was the best part. It gets even better. So we go through all that. Like, it was crazy. She never put any words together. We released the pictures on social media. Boom, all these likes and comments from her page started, you know, people started saying stuff. And so I look and she's like, she says, oh my God, I had the best experience. This is what she's commenting. Oh my God, I had the best experience. YBLimited, they're so cool. Their team is amazing. You should try. Do you have a ghostwriter? Like, what is, who is this? This is not the same girl who was with us.
Some people come live behind on that computer.
See, that's what's going on with a lot of the people, the younger people.
Yeah.
They are so, like, they're the type that, like, I hate to say this, but it's so true that like communication is like dead. Like you'll say like, what's wrong? And they're like, nothing's wrong. You're like, are you sure nothing's wrong? No, nothing's wrong. They'll go to the bathroom and text you. You know, you hurt my feelings when you said to me, are you texting me from the bathroom?
Y'all, let me tell you.
Teresa, I
Hey.
I ain't lying. She said people are so fake. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Just for me growing up, you know, I can only speak on that, you know, just after that comment that she made, it pissed me off. I wanted to go back down and snatch you up.
But I'm glad.
Quiet. That don't mean I didn't have a personality. I was just shy. It was such a new experience. I mean, coming from such a small town, all of a sudden I'm around these fabulous people, these fashion people. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I didn't know the first thing about modeling.
Mm-hmm.
I was just kind of thrown in. And
yeah, you had the face, you had the body.
I had to figure it out. But the best thing that they did for me was making me get those jobs. I think, you know, I worked at like the bar for a little while. And then after that, I took a modeling job. Let me tell you how I took this job.
Talk about
This was in LA on Sunset Boulevard. They had a sign, model needed. So I went in and the owner wasn't there, but the manager was. She's like, okay, we'll give you a try. Come tomorrow with your model bag. And what they do is they dress you in all this finery. And you just walk them down Sunset Boulevard and you pass out the business card. And you also go to the nail salon, which is called Nicole's, where all the celebrities at. And you walk up and down the aisle and try to get them to come back to the store. That's all I did for 4 hours. So they loved me because I got people to come back to the store. Because by then, that working at that bar, it forced me.
That's what that goes with TL says. He says they don't get to develop their personality. So working at the bar develops your personality.
Yeah, because you know you're serving, but if you want to make your money, you need to entertain, pull the people in a conversation of some sort. So it is training.
It is.
It is
developing, like TL said.
It is.
Yeah.
And you know, I came back. And when I came back the next day when she told me to, the owner was there. And I was in the dressing room and I heard them whispering.
What they said?
And the owner said, you hire her? And he was like, yeah, she's great. And he was like, I don't know if this is going to work. And I'm thinking, oh my God, what did I do? I just met her. So I'm like, whatever, I'm just going to do my thing. So I did my thing for the day. Come to find out, and this is no lie, one of the clients, I'm not going to say her name, celebrity, she said,
I'm gonna find out who it is.
I'll tell you later. She grabbed my hand. She said, come here, Cairo. And she said, it is so nice to see a brown girl model. I was the first black girl. I was their first and only black model in the 5 years that they have been doing this.
Wow.
So I just knew when I got back, she was just going to tell me to leave. But because I got so many people to come, and that Nicole, who owned the nail salon, called and said how much the clients liked me, they kept me on. I took that job. I'm like, screw this.
No, exactly. But that goes to what we were talking about the other day. A model, a true model, this is true tea, y'all. A true model knows how to sell products and services, not themselves. Products and services. It's not about being the pretty girl or the handsome guy.
Right.
It is about selling these folks stuff. It's about their bottom line. They don't need you around because you pretty.
Right. They can get anybody. There's a lot of beautiful girls and handsome men out here.
Exactly. Like when we shot a clip the other day, Cairo and I, of her runway walk.
Yeah.
And it was like, Cairo, this shawl you have on, I need you to sell it in this walk. Bitch, walk.
Okay.
And you walked. Like, and with the comments that people, what happened when we posted? I said, when we posted and people don't say, where did she get that from? You did not do your job as a model.
Right.
But what happened when we posted it? Go.
Where did you get that from? I didn't believe them. I'm like, okay. But no, tons of people asked about it. But there's a trick. There's so many tips on how you sell. I didn't, I walk, but there was something I was doing that made come and clock and flow.
Come and clock and flow, baby, because that walk is mean. If you haven't looked, just go back on my page, on her page. We posted a couple days ago. The walk was mean. They're supposed to remember that garment,
right,
and not the model,
right,
per se.
Right, because they need to make their money back after they've designed and fabrics they're bought,
and paying models,
you,
yeah,
the team.
So they pay you to look pretty.
So you got enough.
Yeah.
Right.
They don't. They don't pay you to look pretty. Mm-hmm. Don't care.
That's the first thing. The second thing's personality, and then can you sell it? You have to have a whole package.
It's a whole package.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are just having like one or the other, or just missing certain things. It's about putting all of those things together. It's a lot about your business ethics as well, your work ethics.
When you bring up business ethics,
let's talk about it.
Because we are talking about there's enough coins out here for everybody. One thing when you're modeling that you want to start doing, if you don't already do this, you want to start reading up a little bit about just finances. Because coming where I come from, I wasn't taught anything. I was taught, get your bank account. That's it. You pay your bills on time. That's it. Mm-hmm. But I really would recommend just getting a small little book and just reading how to manage your money month to month. Because you get so much money, lump sum, that is tempting, and you will do it. Mm-hmm. Just spend it all, and then the next month you're broke and you're waiting for the next job, calling your mom or whatever. And that's how I was able to actually model a lot without having another job, because my agent said, here, it was a book for dummies or some finance thing or something. He was like, you have a bank account, but I really don't see you saving. What's your goals? What's your...
Because it's easy to think that money's going to last forever.
Right.
Because those checks are big, like Cairo this is what she does for a living. You're not an Uber driver. You're not a hairstylist / pastor / nail tech. Like, you model for a living, but you have had to learn how to manage this over time. As an entrepreneur, I had to learn. Like, I had to learn the hard way over time. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, there were times early on with YBLimited, I'm in magazines, but don't have any money in my pocket.
Right.
That's not hot.
Yeah, one thing that I used to do, especially like if I got a commercial with the first check, I took half of it, and that was my emergency fund. Mm-hmm. Because, either you can afford insurance or you can't. So you're going to need a little bit if something happens, say your car, stop. You got to replace tires, or you got to go to the hospital. You got to pay that co-payment. That's what that emergency fund is. So I'm just really encouraging models, even if you're 15 and 16, take some of that money out and put it in savings. Trust me. You'll be so glad you did, because things happen.
Trust me on that.
Yeah, yes. One thing I was happy about, that I was able to help my family out a lot because I saved my money.
It's true.
But it took a while for me to get that, because I'm telling you, when I first started mine, I used to blow that money.
So quick, okay?
I'm like, ooh, I never had that much money in my life.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I grew up on the state. Like a single parent home. We didn't have a lot. So to get all of that, I'm like, oh my God.
Wow.
I think I ate most of it.
I know, right? That's why I'm like, I look at where most of my money go for. Like, I look at my budget, I'm like, dang, I eat my money. I love me some food, y'all. I'm just saying, I love me some food. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that you brought that up, as far as like the finances go, because a lot of people, I feel like, get into it for the money. I feel like getting into any type of entrepreneurial, because like being a model is an entrepreneur. Yeah. You're a brand. you're a brand within yourself.
Right.
Your name and your image becomes a brand, so you're technically an entrepreneur. And to get into any type of entrepreneurial venture, it cannot be because of the money. You know, you have to do what you love, and if you do what you love, then the money will come. That's what I was told. That's what I was taught. Now, that's been my experience. I only do things that I love. We talk about this all the time. We turn down stuff all the time.
Yeah.
We turn down stuff all the time.
Yeah.
If we're not feeling it, let somebody else have it. Like I said, that's their money. That ain't my money.
Right.
That's somebody else's money.
Don't be greedy.
Yes.
I mean, really. You know, one thing you were just saying about not getting into the industry for money, because really think about what he's saying. If you get into it for money, are you researching the business to see how others did it so you can learn from what they did? Are you, I don't know. It just seems like when you're going out for money, you're going to miss a lot of things, like just how things should be done, or just creative, inspirational ideas that come up because you're so focused on the green. Then you can't expand. Once you've gotten great at what that is, you can't expand outside of that. So, yeah, you're definitely right.
I mean,
that has to be second.
I think a lot of people think that it's easy, whether it's modeling or any type of fashion and beauty. I think that the magazines, social media, TV, all make it look easy. Yeah. And it's far from easy. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, even when you have a team, it's still not easy.
And we have a team.
Yeah.
We have a whole team. Like, I know you're just looking at us two here, but there's a whole team. We have media and photographers and creative directors and hair and just everything that you could do. That's what YBLimited. We have an entire team, and it's still not easy. It takes a lot of work, a lot of teamwork, and you know, that's why, like I said, and then once you create your team, you figure out what your niche in the game is.
Right.
You figure out where your lane is. Because I see a lot of models not even knowing what they are best suited for.
And I see it. Right? I can look at a photo, and within seconds, I know. Within seconds, I know what you need to work on, what your challenges are, and what your strengths are, just by looking at it. And sometimes I can't tell you, I don't want to inbox people. If you do this, if you just do this, it would be perfect for you. But hey, you know, I think a lot of times people have to change the way they think too, especially when it comes to money, when it comes to you know, just how you're supposed to carry yourself in the business, just respecting the business, respecting others' businesses, and not inboxing them
unsolicited
and all that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I had to change the way I thought as far as, I guess it would be as far as my person goes. Even though I was shy, I was very strong. My mom instilled that in me. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was not hearing it. But
you became teachable.
Right. I had to. If I wanted to succeed, you know, my way is not always right. There's a different way. There's better ways. You can, you know, just challenge yourself.
You're very teachable, though. Like, you're very, I don't know, because when I first started managing you, I was slightly intimidated based off of your resume and your bio. I was just like, oh my God, like, is she gonna be like, I model for Calvin Klein, you don't tell me what to do, you know? And I'm like, okay, like that's what I was like is that? But no,
I mean, they exist.
They do exist, but that's not you. No. And I was just like, wow, are we gonna be able to grow or whatever? Like, but it has been a phenomenal experience because you are open to new things. You're like, actually, you were the complete opposite. Because when I was reading over your bio and your resume when I first signed you, I was like, I didn't realize this is who I just signed. Okay. Am I even qualified?
Yes,
all right. I mean, time told, but yeah, we're good now.
Yeah.
But at the time, I was just like, oh my God. And you were the opposite. You were like, yeah, that's a cute bio and resume, but that's not today. Like, you know, I took a break and now I'm back, and let's act like this. None of that stuff exists, and let's just start from the like, act like it doesn't exist. I'm like, how could you act like that stuff doesn't exist? You did that. But it's because of that why this second go around for you has been phenomenal already.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because you did not rest on your laurels. And that's important. So, like, for anybody who's out there, you know, yes, no matter what you've already accomplished, those are great. But why be limited?
Right. Why be limited?
Why
Keep
be
yourself
limited?
open so that you can grow. I mean, I would not have been able to be on, you know, these Japanese network if I wasn't open to Hawaii International's ideas, you know, just being open to, you know, your suggestions, it would not have happened. So, I mean, learn from me.
Yes.
Be open.
Well, speaking of learning from you, how are they gonna find you? Because I know people are like looking. You could like, what do you have? What are you offering? Like, well, I know what you're offering. Clock and flow. Tell them about what you're offering. What do you have?
Okay, what I'm offering is a posing class, which teaches you, it's a technique that teaches you to give like the perfect angle so you can get those pictures. But it works with your body. And also within that time, I get to see what your challenges are. So I can give you tips on what works for you.
So is this just for models?
No, this is for anybody. Even someone who just wants to take the perfect picture. Anyone who's uncomfortable and they hate taking pictures.
Oh, those are the best.
Yeah, I love proving them wrong because they're like, I take horrible pictures. I don't take pictures and I never will. Blah, blah, blah. No, you just need to know a few things that works for you. And your pictures will be beautiful every time.
Yeah.
Every time. And I also teach runway. I don't teach, and I love that one of the mothers said that she was afraid to put her daughter in a runway class because she didn't want her daughter walking like the instructor. I teach you the mechanics.
That's right.
Which means you'll learn the basic industry walk. And then after that, we'll
not the Atlanta walk.
No. What you would use in New York and California and Europe. That's what you'll learn. Then I teach you how, once you're comfortable with that, how to make it your own so that when they do want something extra, you can give them that too. I will be offering consulting classes because a lot of people are asking details about how to get in the industry, how to work print, how to get the jobs. There are strategies, ways that you do that. But you have to put in the work. So I'll give it to you, but you gotta work. So yeah, just inbox YBLimited, my manager, and he will set everything up for you.
And I love the students who follow up, who ask questions. They take your class, but they follow up. I just had all of them really have.
Yeah, I just inboxed a few students, yesterday, a couple of days ago, to follow up and to make sure that, you know, they were following, you know, the syllabus that I gave them, and also the particular tips for them, like make sure you continue to do this before you move on. It doesn't make any sense if you're not ready to start looking. You got to get it down before you start looking, because you're wasting your time. Yeah.
I love it. Well, listen, Cairo and I are coming to you like once a week at least to give you some tips about the industry, a little bit about ourselves, you know, just kind of sharing our experiences with you of how we got to where we're at now, because I think people look at where we're at now and the things that we've achieved and accomplished now and think it's always been that way. And they think it's easy. And it's not easy getting to where we want to go.
No, it's not. It's not.
You know, we're not limited. You know, so we got some big dreams, some big goals.
Yes, we do.
I mean, even pulling off the Japanese thing, it was a crazy idea, and to make it come to fruition was, you know, insane. Yeah, you know, but now it's like, okay, how do we take that and go to the next place? And the next place. What's next? So listen, we love you all. Thank you all for your support. And until next time, always remember to ask yourself, why be limited? Yeah.